Over 370 million people worldwide have diabetes. That's over 2 million people in Saudi Arabia, and many of them don't even know it. They don't know that diabetes is the main cause of heart disease, kidney disease, adult blindness, and many others. As you can see, diabetes is not an issue to be taken lightly. And this only adds anticipation to the question, what is diabetes?
To answer this question, we must first learn how our body processes the food we eat. Our body breaks down the food through our digestive system into energy our cells can use. Cells are a lot like cars. They need fuel to run. Cars use gasoline. Our cells use another kind of fuel, a sugar called glucose.
When you eat certain food, your body breaks them down into glucose. Glucose is the body's key source of energy. Glucose is a type of sugar our cells use to power themselves. Glucose is very important, but converting food into glucose is not the last step. It still needs to enter the cell where it can be used as fuel. We breathe, move, and think because our bodies process human food into cell food. Just like gas stations have pumps to get gasoline into cars, your body needs insulin to allow glucose into your cells.
Now what does diabetes have to do with this? Well, diabetes decreases or stops the production of insulin, which causes a dangerously high amount of glucose to stay in our bloodstream. There are two main kinds of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. However, these do stem into further kinds.
Type 1.5 diabetes is a combination of type 1 and type 2. Type 3 diabetes is Alzheimer's, in which there is insulin resistance in the brain. And then there's gestational diabetes, when a mother develops diabetes during pregnancy. Treatments. Type 1 diabetes is managed by injecting insulin and using similar medications, as well as dietary changes and exercise. Type 2 also requires dietary changes and medication, which can be insulin or non-insulin based.
Type 1 is an autoimmune disease in which your own body mistakenly destroys insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. Type 1 is usually diagnosed in children and young adults. Type 1 is something one is born with, and so it has no relation with one's lifestyle. In type 2, your body does produce insulin, but it is either not enough or the insulin does not work properly. Type 2 has several causes. Genetics and lifestyle are the most important ones. A combination of these factors can cause insulin resistance, when your body doesn't use insulin as well as it should.
Officially, diabetes is considered a long life disease. However, some studies do suggest that type 2 in some people in its early stages can be reversed through vigorous dietary changes and exercise. Now, symptoms for both type 1 and type 2 include increased thirst, increased urination, increased hunger, unintended weight loss, blurred vision, dry mouth, and slow healing of sores and cuts. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, please do contact your local doctor. I hope you all found this message useful, and thank you for listening.